Susania and Little Newsiers present BoxerBlu and Bram.
Hey you, are you 6? I am. My name's Bram.
And I'm Jake, Bram's dad, but some people call me BoxerBlu. Blah! And here is the news.
Dad, I'm so happy that Christmas is coming. I can't wait. We're going to Quebec.
Bram, I think you mean to say Quebec.
Yeah, but like if you're really from there, you say Quebec.
Yes, hi everybody. It's December 2021. Bram and I are just kind of packing our bags. So we're gonna fly from New Jersey all the way to Montreal. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. We also want to share that, we just watched a Greek play the other day.
Oh yes. So if you're not familiar, there's a play by Laramie Dean called The Gorgon Sisters, and it was a great opportunity to,
To watch Clash of the Titans?
Oh yes, we did, we watched that.
Yeah, so one thing that I realized is that Clash of the Titans is kind of like something like Star Wars and Superman combined.
Oh yes, Brad, that's not so important. But back to Laramie Dean's The Gorgon Sisters. One thing that was interesting is a little side note. We always say Hercules, like the Disney cartoon, but it's actually Heracles. It comes from Hera.
Oh yes, that's right. I didn't notice that. By the way, Dad, what happened to Sam Worthington?
Oh, you mean the actor that was in Avatar, right? I think he's still trapped with James Cameron Avatar or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was in Clash of the Titans, the new one. That's why you're talking about that, right?
Yes.
The other thing I want to say is, guess what, everybody? I got a booster shot.
That's right. Well, you didn't get a booster shot, Bram. I got a booster shot, right? I'm 600-some years old, and I got a booster shot of Pfizer, and you got Pfizer too.
Yes. Because don't forget, I'm 6 years old, and I'm allowed to get it now.
Yes, it's very good.
Dad, I think it's time to play a board game. It's like Christmas time, holiday time, Hanukkah time was recently.
Yes, so what shall we play?
Well, we've got a whole cabinet of all kinds of board games. We've got, Gingopolis.
Yeah, so we do have Gingopolis.
And we have Tzolk'in.
Yes, we do have Tzolk'in.
But I kind of want to play the game of life.
Oh, the game of life, yes. The game of life is a game created by Reuben Klamer, who just passed away.
Oh, that's so sad. I don't like hearing that.
Yes, but it's pretty amazing what he accomplished. He's most famous for that, of course, but he also he made 200 toys, like, for example, a Star Trek phaser rifle.
Yes, and he made, his own version of a hula hoop.
Yes. Even a Pink Panther show car.
Yes. So what are the neat things about the game of life? Something you don't think about much as a kid, but I want to try to talk about it a little bit. We have things called values in the world.
Yes, values. Values are important. What's a value, Bram?
Value is like a simple way to say something that we think is important. For example, respecting your mom and dad, respecting your teacher. That's a value that we all pretty much say, that's good.
Yes. So the values, really, of the game of life that came out, and this was in the 50s or so, right, were all about the suburbs, which were brand new back then.
That's so weird. How are the suburbs new back then?
Well, Bram, you have to remember that not everything has been around forever, so the suburbs were definitely not around back then.
Yes. So some of the values of the suburbs, right, of this new world were the importance of going to school, and the importance of work, and marriage, and children, and retirement.
Yes, the game of life. One cool thing that Mr. Klamer said when he had the idea, I think he was walking around, he saw an old game from 1860 by Milton Bradley. It was called the Checkered game of life.
Yes, it rewarded virtue and punished vice. It sounds like a game for Christians or something.
Yes. Anyway, he realized that it was such an amazing marketing opportunity. So, for example, Little Newsiers and what we do, we make a show that's meant for kids and for adults
who the news, want to learn about stuff in the world.
Yes. but this was the audience was everybody, right? Little Newsiers, you have to probably be a kid, or you have to have a certain sense of humor or something, whatever.
But the game of life was meant for every single person, because everybody has a life.
Yes, we thought that was an amazing marketing opportunity.
Yes, there's a couple other things, over the history of the game of life, they made 70 million copies in 59 countries.
I love thinking about the creativity of this type of thing, Bram. It's pretty amazing, right?
Yes, so see, he made up this idea. He sold so many copies. Did you know the Game of Life is still the #1 selling board game in Japan?
What?
Yes, it's the #1 selling board game in Japan for 50 years.
Oh, that's cool. It was also inducted into the permanent archives at the Smithsonian, right? The Archives of Family Life in 1981.
Yes, and I would like to say one of the biggest criticisms of the Game of Life is that it's all about money in a way.
Yes, so like if you, I don't know, set up a recycling center or you do something wonderful for the environment, you're still rewarded by money. And there's more in life than money, right, Bram?
Yes.
Douche.
Hey, Dad, can we go to Legoland?
Bram, we just went to Pennsylvania and we went to a little Legoland there.
Yes. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the Goshen, New York Legoland.
Oh, yes. That started last summer, and there was a lot of controversy about that.
Yes, as everyone knows, we love controversy.
We don't love controversy, but we like talking about, sensitive topics, let's say.
So when you build something like Legoland, right, you have to get permission from everybody around. You have to basically you buy the land, but you can't just buy the land. You've got to make promises. You're not going to destroy the environment and stuff like that.
Yes, and so I don't know when it was, a while ago, a decade ago or so or whatever, somebody had the idea of let's build a Legoland in Goshen, New York, a small town about, an hour away from New York City, not far from the Catskills.
By the way, it's where Noah Webster once taught high school.
Oh, Noah Webster, yes, he's the dictionary guy, right?
Yes. So anyway, basically, what was interesting about this whole thing, so the town, most of the people in the town, or let's say some very vocal people in the town, they didn't want it. They said, we don't want Legoland. We like the small town feel of our little town, and we don't really want this big Legoland.
Yes, but, Legoland won, right? Where money talks, so they say.
Yes. The interesting thing that I would say is that it made people who were in their 70s activists for the first time.
Oh, yes. So the very first time, people cared so much. They're in their 70s, they never did anything they never yelled about Oliver North, for example.
Why'd you think of Oliver North?
I don't know. They were never activists before.
Yes. So they're getting really involved.
But not everybody is against the idea, right? Because at this Goshen Legoland, it's actually increasing the money, of course, the funds, the taxes that come into the town, right? It's helping schools. Smithsonian Magazine rated Goshen, New York as one of the 15 best small towns. And so it's pretty cool.
Yes.
Of course, it's also increased the traffic in Goshen, New York, which is a bad thing, right? It's decreased the environment, right? They've actually gotten in trouble for a couple of environmental problems.
Oh. But I want to say there are 15,000 Lego figures there and 30 million bricks. And I want to know, can we go?
Let's think about it. Douche.
Space Force.
What?
Space Force.
What did you say, Space Force?
Space Force.
Okay, Bram. Well, you mean that show, Space Force, with Steve Carell?
No. Donald Trump, he made a new part of the military, right? It's the 6th group of the military called Space Force, right, in 2019. And what's interesting is it made a design challenge.
Yes. We don't think about those things, but basically if you say, we're going to make a Space Force, we're going to make this thing, then suddenly you have to make uniforms. And you have to make, something like, the way the military works is you get different degrees, right? Like scouts, you get different.
Yes. By the way, I'm in Cub Scouts. Did you know that?
Yes. And so they had to make all these things. So if you didn't know this, it's the first time they've made a new branch of the military since 1947 when the Air Force got started.
Yes. So they're calling people in the Space Force Guardians.
Oh, I like that a lot, yes.
Yes, and the logo is the Delta, and they have different ranks. They have deltas, globes, and orbit rings. It's basically how they move up in the military.
Oh, yes.
So some of the designs, some of the ideas that were unveiled recently, I guess a couple months ago, they have a dark navy coat to symbolize space.
Yes, and something else that's really cool is this is the first time that the military has thought about women first. Like the very first coat that they made was kind of asymmetrical.
Asymmetrical?
Asymmetrical means it's not exactly the same on the right and left. They actually did it with women in mind.
Yes, some people say it looks like Captain Kirk's uniform in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Yes, well, I'm not sure about that. But anyway, you have to appreciate that, if you're going to make a Space Force, you got to make space uniforms, right?
Yes.
Douche.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
What's a forgery?
Forgery? Why are you asking?
Well, I was just watching this movie. It's called Can You Forgive Me? About Lee Israel with Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, why were you watching that?
Yeah, I don't know. I just was.
Okay, so we're talking about that now?
No. Just what's a forgery?
Oh, a forgery is when somebody pretends to be somebody else by, writing their name, or like if I wrote a book and said, this book was by John Steinbeck.
Yes, but you're not John Steinbeck, right?
Yeah, so that would be a forgery if I claimed that I was John Steinbeck.
Yes.
So I think you're mentioning this because of the Yale Vinland Map, right? Which turned out to be a hoax.
Wait a minute, that's another word, a hoax. Is that the same thing as a forgery?
No, it's not exactly the same thing. A hoax is like a big prank, a big trick.
Yeah, like those fairies, the Cottingley fairies.
Oh, I love this story. Yes, in England, this man claimed to have these little cartoon fairies see his daughters, and he took pictures of it and all those things.
Yes. It's kind of silly.
And another one, something that I wasn't really quite aware of. And there was also another hoax called the Kensington Runestone, which is a carved stone in Minnesota from the 19th century. They're all fake.
Yes, why do people do these fake things like that?
It's a good question, Bram. I'm not sure. I think they do it just to be cool or something.
What?
Yeah, so anyway, in 1965, Yale University, they unveiled this map that somebody bought from a shop in Europe somewhere.
Yes. About the Viking exploration.
Yes, boys and girls, if you didn't know, the Vikings came to America, right?
Yes. So I learned that in school right now at Leif Erikson's, all right?
Yes, so in AD 1000 or 1000 AD, or if you want to say 1000 CE.
Yes, let's say 1000 CE.
Okay. So, the Vikings certainly came to Newfoundland, right, which is in Canada, of course. And there's actually a site now where you can see where the Vikings really came.
Yeah, I think it was about 100 people or so. They called this site Lance au Meadow.
Yes. So there's no doubt the Vikings came, but Yale University revealed this map. It's called the Vinland Map. And basically, it had a map of the route, right, when the Vikings came.
Yes, but they found out that it was fake.
So there were many questions about it for a long time. The controversy started out, I guess, in the 1970s or so. The first thing they discovered in the 1920s, that there's a high amount of titanium, some kind of titanium compound. Titanium!
Oh, like that song, Titanium!
Yes, so titanium is an element in the periodic table of elements, right?
Yes. It didn't exist, right? So it didn't exist 1,000 years ago or whatever.
Yes, so they discovered that, and so that was a big red flag, right?
Yes. And some other red flags they discovered was there was a Latin inscription on the back of the map that had modern ink.
Yes, and so some other problems, whoever made the map, they basically made Greenland an island, which, although it's true, people back then, they didn't know that.
Yes, they weren't aware of that. They couldn't be.
Yes. And, just the old map they made for the old drawing of Greenland for this map, it looked so similar to modern maps that most people just thought that it would be impossible.
Yes, but people believed it, right? It was only confirmed recently it was a hoax.
Yes, Bram. I think it's because people believe so strongly in something, right? We want to say we have this cool map.
Yes, the map of the Vikings, right? So we tell ourselves that it's real because we want to believe it's real.
Yes. Douche.
And our final story, basically, it's just sort of like a grocery list of all these different pop culture cookbooks.
Yes. So pop culture cookbooks have been around for a long time, since at least the age of Dark Shadows.
Ooh, Dark Shadows. That's a weird show.
Yes, and the Partridge Family, too.
Oh, yeah, Danny Bonaducci,
Yes, you love a TV show, right? Let's say you're into Paw Patrol. Let's say you're into Star Trek. Whatever it is, Star Wars. then you want to go deep. You want to go, I want to know every single thing possible about this show. And so, often on the show, they'll talk about something that they're eating, right? So, for example, in Star Trek, they eat plomik soup.
Yes, plomik soup. It's something that Vulcans eat. It's like a reddish soup.
Yes. So these cookbooks are becoming very, very popular again, or they're making, more.
Should we make a Little Newsier's BoxerBlu and Bram cookbook of all the stuff we talk about?
No. So anyway, some of these shows, we have Game of Thrones,
Yes, Firefly,
Elder Scrolls,
World of Warcraft,
Dark Shadow, The Sopranos,
The Sopranos. What?
Harry Potter.
Yes, and also the official Wakanda cookbook. That sounds so cool to me. Dad, I want to tell you, especially around the holiday time, that I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too, Bram. So are you ready to go to Quebec?
Yes, I'm ready to go to Quebec. It's been really, really fun. Thanks for listening to Little News Ears, everybody. We'll see you, I guess, in January.
Oh, yes. Happy holidays and enjoy yourself. Bye.
Bye. Don't forget to check out LittleNewsEars.com, where you can see every single video and listen to every single podcast of all of our shows.
And there are also tons of other things to see and listen to on YouTube and major podcasting platforms.
May your sweetness shine.
And your colors glow. Blah! Sources for today's broadcast include
The New York Times.